So, good evening. Welcome everybody to this evening's SYUK Yoga UK meditation on Sasrara Day, the 5th of May. So I'm going to do a quite standard kind of format. So I do a meditation together. I will play a little bit of sitar for us to meditate with. I'll have a video of Shamataji. And again, some music at the end for those who like to meditate a bit longer. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary going to happen, I hope. If it all goes smoothly, that is. So we'll start off, with those of us who haven't done that already, we can do Namaskar, raise Kundalini and put on Bandha. So we can start our meditation together just as we always do, by closing our eyes, drawing our attention within. Bringing our attention to our subtle system, to the inside, away from our day, what we've been doing, or anything we're concerned with or dealing with or worried about. Just draw our attention away from those things and inside, onto our subtle experience. So just sit for a minute and relax and see what we feel. So checking, putting our attention into Sasrara. Even at the beginning of meditation, we can put our attention into Sasrara and just see. Can we do that easily? Can we feel the action of Kundalini in the Sasrara? Can we sit without thinking? And then you can also just see what can you feel in your hands, inside your subtle body, on the chakras. Can you feel any catches or anything on the chakras? do this with a loose attention. So we don't want to get, focused on or worried about or stuck onto anything that we feel in terms of a catch. You just want to notice it. And all the time seeing if we can keep some of our attention in the Sasvara. So this is our enlightened attention, which is free from our limitations, free from our thoughts, our ideas, our opinions, our feelings. It is beyond all of these things. It's not stuck on any of them. So you might find already sitting for meditation, we can perhaps quite happily leave our attention in Sasvara without thought. So we bring our attention now to the Muladhara chakra, base of the spine, the seat of the left side and the root of our subtle system. And as we all know, the seat of Sri Ganesh. Divine child, the essence of the child within all of us and within the whole universe, this innocence that is so obvious on young children. And we all have this. So as the song says, he who is worshipped first. We know that before starting any endeavor, it is auspicious, good fortune, pay our respects to Sri Ganesha. He is the remover of obstacles. So we can all within ourselves, we can pray to Sri Ganesha to please remove all obstacles to the rising of Kundalini within us, within everyone. can pray that innocence should shine within all of our attention, that the unclouded, innocent attention should be manifested within us all. So we can all just pray to Sri Ganesh, please, all the obstacles to the rising of Kundalini into this manifestation of innocence within us. And then again, draw your attention up the Shushumna, up the central part of the body, to the Sahasrara, to the top of the head. And again, rest our attention there. See, is this easy to do? Can we do this? Can we do it without thinking? You know that the Kundalini's inclination is to rise. So in many ways our only task is to not stand in her way. Is to let this natural inclination of hers, to let it work out within us. It's not something we can force. But it is something that happens without our effort. So we could put our right hand on our left heart, on the seat of Sri Shiva within us, the place, the abode of our Atma, reflection of God Almighty within us. We can say that familiar affirmation, I am the Spirit. I am not these thoughts. I am not these emotions. I am the Spirit. And here we can also ask Sri Shiv for forgiveness for any transgressions, any mistakes that we've made, knowingly or unknowingly, against our spirit. We can ask for forgiveness. Sri Shiva, please forgive us for any transgressions against our spirit. And again, draw our attention up to the top of the head. And if we bring our attention slightly back down to the Agya, here we can say the affirmation, again, the very familiar affirmation of I forgive everyone. Shri Mataji, I forgive everyone. So we know that holding on to any bad feeling achieves nothing but our own suffering. So this is an opportunity to just let that go. Shri Mataji, I forgive everyone, including myself. And we leave any transgressions, anything, we leave it at the feet of the divine. And again, bring our attention back to the Sasrara. We just sit with our attention on Sasrara. A little bit of sitar while we meditate for 10 minutes. So I'll now play a section of a talk. I think, is it from 1987? I'm not sure actually. I might have forgotten when it's from. Anyway, it's a talk we all know quite well, I think. But it's from the day after Sasara Day.
I'm happy that you all were meditating here and were trying to develop your depth. You all have depth, a very deep personality within yourself. But we have to touch that. That's very important. Because you see, we sing, have music, that's a very good thing. We enjoy each other's company also is very good. And that's a nice thing. But we have to enjoy our own company also. By meditating, going within yourself. Now, what is the use? One may ask, Mother, now we have got realization, we have a nice life, we are enjoying ourselves, we are doing so well. The deeper you go, the deeper you touch the essences of all the things, like all the elements. When you had finished your meditation, you saw how the rain fell down, how the rain came suddenly. So rain has felt your depth, or you have felt the depth of rain. Now you know that if you light one little candle and put your finger towards it, with my photograph there, it acts, it reacts, and it gives you a flame which burns, sometimes gives you smoke, sometimes it gallops. So you have noticed that there's a reaction even in the fire. So all elements have got an effect if a saint wants to have an effect. But first of all, you must reach your own essences. Once you reach your own essences, then you reach the essences of all the elements. And then you can handle all the elements as you like, or you can order them as you like. First, they will act, expressing that they have been touched. Like today, the rain came pouring down. Then later on, you can command and you can ask the rain to come. To work out many things of that kind, we have to be deep. We have to go much deeper within ourselves to touch our essences. That is, you know very well that all our chakras are made out of these essences. And when we go deep into ourselves, what we find that we can touch the elements very well. While doing so, actually we move horizontally. When we start moving horizontally, at the core of it, we find that there are these essences placed. And these essences then start exciting the essences across. Like in the radio, you have seen this ether. Now, when you speak on one side of the radio, it gets completely manifested in the essence of the ether, and then everybody can hear it. Now, when you people just give a bandhan, sometimes you find that you have communicated with another person. But that's only the essence of the ether, or we can say the subtler of the subtlest. People have only gone onto the subtler side, we can say, by science, but you go to the subtlest side, and that subtlest side gives you all these effects. Now you have seen also that in some of the photographs, suddenly you find light coming out of my head, or there's somebody shown us with a light, somebody's from the head, the light is coming. You have seen all this. This is done also by the same method, but here the deities like Vishnu Maya works out. She's very active, she works it out, she does all these things. And you know that also, that when they gave me once a beautiful crown in Switzerland. In the sky, they got the photograph of the same, very beautifully done. The crown was there, Fatima's crown, my face, my eyes, and everything so clearly. All this is done by Vishnu Maya. So, all the essences are working out for you, as well as all the deities are working out for you. They are very anxious that these things should be done, and you are the channels for them to work it out. Now, for example, as I told you the other day, if you don't keep yourself all right, a simple thing I told you to put in the nose some ghee. It's a very simple thing, but that helps me a lot, because that helps my Vishuddhi. But if you don't do it, I suck in any case. Whatever problems you have, I suck in. I suck in the problem of Sahajogis, also the problem of the city where I am, also the problem of the country where I am, maybe of the whole universe. But my horizontal movement is quite large and is very subtle. And I do it quietly. But you must also understand that you can do a lot by your horizontal movement. By horizontal movement, what happens? That you start meditating on a particular subject, which is a very bothersome subject and which is for the destructive of humanity. Anything, you just put your attention to it and meditate. If you are that deep, that means if your caliber has improved to that extent, you will immediately put an effect on that. Immediately you will see there will be a change. There will be something happening in that direction. This is your power, which you have to actually develop. So we have to meditate, and by meditation we develop that strength within us. So automatically we start solving the problem. Like our anti-Negro up to that point, the way we are strong inside, they grow outside to help so many things which are to be helped. Now you see that people are realizing that the world is in a great mess, and there are lots of problems that have come through materialism, through wrong thinking, through emotional thinking, through stupidity, we can say. We have no time for all this. What we have to do is to develop ourselves deeper and deeper and deeper, so that on horizontal plane also we are effective. So yoga, first of all, is for personal improvement, is for the inner improvement as far as the personal side is concerned. Means your intelligence must improve, your temperament must improve, your heart must clear out, your feelings must be all right, then you should, your health should be all right, then your relationship with others should be all right, your ego should go away, your superego should go away. All these things are there. But this only helps a personality, just a personality that is very limited, that is yourself. But now this personality can become an instrument if you can develop that depth within yourself. But normally what happens, people are very much still worried about themselves, say about their wives, about their children, about their husbands or their household or this and that. These are not important things, because we have to be those instruments which are what you call them, like pilotless bombs. We have to develop that depth within us. That depth is possible, and you can really cure many problems of your country if you could just meditate on that. Now for today, I had actually sucked in most of the problems which I felt were there in Canberra, and later on in that conference, and later on here. All these problems came into my understanding, I would say, and I was trying to work on them. My working style is different because I have very sharp and very effective instruments. But I have to pay attention to it, and I little bit suffer also, doesn't matter. Now for you also, it is important that you also develop those deeper feelings within you, deeper sense within you. But mostly people are very superficial type. They just think about their body, their impressions, how they carry themselves. At the most, they think they have to be very legal minded, or we have to be at the most not drinking, not smoking. And all these things are achieved, and we have achieved everything. But I think that is not so. And second point is that we think that if we love each other, if we love mother, that is the end of everything. It's not true also. Because your love for me is there, no doubt, and it should be intense, it should be deeper. But the deeper you go into that love, then you will be surprised how you receive a special quality of correcting the things that are wrong around you. Gradually, that quality improves. For example, a surgery goes to anybody's house. That house must become auspicious. But such a surgery must have a good heart. If the heart is not good, in the heart there is still anger, passion, lust, greed, then such a heart won't effect. But a person who has purified himself, if he goes into any family, any household, any society, the whole change will take place. The circumstances will change. Things that do not work out will start working out immediately. Like they said, mother, as soon as you sent from this Sunday, everything started working out as far as the television is concerned and radio is concerned. I didn't do anything in a way. But that should happen with you also. Wherever a saint goes, things are changing. But you have to be a saint. And a saintly person has a very deep understanding of another person. And this is what it is lacking. We don't have that deep understanding for each other. Then even if you have for some of your own friends, or maybe in the same ashram that you are staying in, all that, but it should deepen much more. It should go further and further. Now even if you think of me, it works out. It's the other way around also. But first of all, the meditative process should be increased. We all must meditate. That is very important. Meditate sincerely. Not just because we have to meditate, but because we have to be deep, we have to go within to express our great powers of divine love, to correct so many things, which you can do very easily. I know you all can do it. There's no need to have big degrees for that, big education for that. Nothing is needed. What is needed is a deep feeling of love for the whole universe. And that changes. All destructive forces change their course, and it is then for the constructive force. But on the whole, that works out much faster if you all do that meditation with sincerity, with intensity, with understanding. Alright? May God bless you. It is much more than our music, much more than my lectures or anything that we have to do. And now the course has to change. I am sure you people will take to the new course. May God bless you for that.
So as we draw towards the end of this evening's time together, with our attention in Sasrara, we can thank Shri Mataji for all the care and effort that she showed to us all. How sincerely she tried to teach us about ourselves. So as our mantra in the Sasrara, we can thank Shri Mataji for our realization for this Kundalini awakening that opens within us our true self, and thank her for all the teaching, all the care, the careful attention to our problems, to our complications, and her attempts and advice to guide us out of them and into this enlightened realm beyond all of that. So we all thank you, Shri Mataji, for this great gift you've given us. And we can draw our meditation to a close at this point if we wish. Those of us who wish to do that can raise Kundalini, Udhan Bandhan, the Namaskar, and hopefully take this meditative experience with us into the rest of our evening and the rest of our week. And for those of you who would like to sit in meditation a little longer, I will play a concert, a bit of a concert. I've tried playing this before and it always cuts short, so I've done what probably we should all do anyway, just go to Amruta and get the original recording. So this hopefully has the whole piece. It's Sarag Bhairavi Nishat Khan in Navratri in 2000. So we can sit and listen to this, those of us who wish to stay a bit longer.
always told you that artists must be respected by all Sahjogis. Very much respected. The reason is artists are expressing emotional intelligence. They are expressing emotional intelligence, which is appealing to our heart, to our personality. It soothes down our personality also. It's a special quality of artists that they can produce such entertainment that will awaken your emotional intelligence also. That you will be stirred up emotionally also. It gives you a balance. It's a very great gift of God to the artist that they can create through their emotional intelligence something that entertains you all. You feel entertained, and they themselves, when they produce or create something, they feel very much elated as. They are surprised from where it is coming. It's all coming from within. And that emotional intelligence really makes people get all the qualities of a good human being. Because you can become peaceful, you can become joyous, also you can be very generous with this and always respect artists, and artists must respect artists. I am of this opinion that they should all respect, because they are doing the same thing together, that they are giving this beautiful entertainment to our conscience, which gets this emotional intelligence, which is very important, comes out of the love, the compassion. People in these modern times are so much harassed and so much in a mess. And this kind of entertainment is the best for them, so that they relax into the compassion of the divine love. Thank you very much. I thank them very much, and may God bless them.
So that brings our evening together to a close. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed the evening together. Have a lovely rest of evening and a good week. See you all again, I'm sure. Jai Shri Mataji.